annual Boy Scout activity for signaling from peak to peak using signal mirrors. You can learn more about it at Wikipedia, or you can go to the main website for Operation on Target, which you'll see in a moment. What PeakFinder will do for you is PeakFinder will let you find out what the bearings and distances are to other peaks from your selected peak, and it will show you how those peaks will look from your selected peak. So when you take the list of peaks that the other Boy Scouts in your council are going to be on, you'll be able to recognize them when you see them from your peak. So I'm going to start by going to the main On Target website. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the PeakFinder website, which is www.peakfinder.org. You see it says 360-degree panoramic mountain view, which is what it does. And when it comes up, if you used it before, it will display the mountain that you last looked at, just to kind of show you some of the features. There's a URL for the view, which is www.peakfinder.org, then the latitude, the longitude, the elevation, and the name. If you want to share the view, you click on the link button, and it gives you a hyperlink you can cut and paste to send to other people that you want to view it. The form is the name of the website, the latitude, longitude, the elevation, the name, and the zoom. You can zoom in or out here, and the absolute bearing, not the magnetic bearing, but the absolute bearing you're viewing from. You see here it says 315, and here's 315. This little compass shows you the direction you're looking. The blue fan is your field of view. So we're looking to the northwest, and we can see about this view here. If you want to shift the view, you can shift the view down, you can shift it up. You'll notice if you shift it up too much, you're going to lose all the mountain labels, so you typically going to want to keep it shifted so that you can see the labels. If you want to see what looks at a different time of day, you can play with this. Operation on Target is usually about between 10 and noon, so we'll go to maybe 10:30, and it's typically, most places it's in July. And we can make this go away again. And what this does, it just sets the shading for that time of day. All right, so I have this set up for Scout Mountain right now in Idaho, but very few people are going to be on Scout Mountain in particular. So for the example, I'm going to assume that we're on that we have planned to go to Elkhorn Mountain. So what you do is you go under PeakFinder, next to the mountain name, you'll see a down arrow. You click on that, and it gives you several choices for getting to the mountain you're interested in. If you already know the latitude and longitude, you can enter coordinates. You can search the map for it, but often it's easiest to use the peak directory. So go to the peak directory, and it wants to know the name of the peak. So we're thinking Elkhorn Mountain, E-L-K-H-O-R-N, space mountain. And of course, spelling it right is useful. All right, so we have an issue here. There are quite a few Elkhorn Mountains. The one we're interested in is in southeast Idaho near Pocatello. But we have, I see here, oops, I thought there were two choices in Idaho. I'm only seeing the one. Oh, we want Elkhorn Peak. That's one thing that can be a bit of a problem. There are only so many names for mountains. What we wanted was Elkhorn Peak. Good, we caught that. There's a tall one here and a little bit shorter one. So we need to check. So we'll try the taller one first. Once you select it off the list, you click Go To, and it'll create the view from Elkhorn Peak. Now, to check that you have the peak you're interested in, you can again use the arrow, go to Maps, and we see that this mountain is on the border between, looks like Wyoming and Idaho. And we can click out, get a better view of where we are. And you see Pocatello is down here, Idaho Falls. This is not the Elkhorn Peak we were looking for. So we go back, peak directory, type in Elkhorn Peak again, and we go to the second tallest one, and we go there. And we check the map again. And again, we zoom out. And there's Pocatello. Zoom in a bit. So that's the one we want. And we click here again to make this list go away. Now at this point, you can pan, I'll pan over so we can see Scout Mountain, and you can zoom in, and if you're using this to, good thing to do is you can zoom in and then make a little screen snapshot you can print out and take up in the mountain to show you what the mountain you're after looks like. If you click on the mountain, it will give you some more information. In particular, the bearing is going to be useful. That's an absolute bearing, not a compass bearing, so you'll have to add the magnetic declination to it if you want it to be a compass bearing. And the latitude and longitude of the target helps you make sure that that's the Scout Mountain that was signed up for, and the distance. And see, we've shown the zoom in and out, we've shown the day, we've shown the length. Just to get an overview, one handy little thing we have here, click on Create PDF, 4 pages. That page will be a north view, south view, east view, and west view. Click on Download, print that out. That'll give you an overview. It's handy to have that if you're on the peak and you're talking on the radio and someone says, we're on such and such a peak, and it's not a peak that you had expected them to be on. Having that printout with a list of peaks all around you will help you figure out what direction they're in. So typically what will happen is your coordinator will given you a list of the peaks people have signed up for, and before you go up in the mountain, you should figure out what the bearings are to all of them, the magnetic bearings, and what you expect them to look like. So popular peak is Scout Mountain, and in the That's in the Grand Teton Council. And I'll scroll over to the west. Sometimes it's easier to zoom out before scrolling this far. Probably should have done that. And in fact, I do think I'm going to zoom out. You can zoom out quite a ways. All right. So over here, this is the area of the Snake River Council. Popular peaks are Mount Harrison, 68 miles away. Cache Peak, 69. Black Peak, or the neighboring Black Pine Peak, which is 43 miles away. And again, if you're going to prepare for what they are going to look like, you'll probably want to zoom in a bit. So there's Mount Harrison. Actually, you may want a little more context than that. And from Elkhorn Peak, we can also look south to Utah. Let's see. All right, so Mount Nebo, if I pronounce that correctly, is a heck of a long ways away. Probably not going to be able to see it through the haze. But Willard Peak is 68 miles. You may not be able to see it, but if you've got a large mirror and lay a flash on them, they'll probably see it. Box Elder is one of the closer ones at 51 miles away in Utah. There are others not necessarily popular, but would be good to signal to you. Naomi Peak is 44 miles away, and Logan Peak is 53. Anyway, this is just an overview. You can also, as they advertise here, get it to work offline on your Android or iPhone or iPad. It's not very expensive. I think it's $4, and because it stores the map, you won't need internet access, and you can zoom in and out when you're up on the peak. Couple of cautions about that. They sell it by region, so you probably, if you're in the United States, you want the USA West region, unless you're in New Hampshire, in which case you want the USA East version. And also, on a nice sunny day, it's kind of hard to see the display on the iPhone. You might want to take along something to use as a hood so you can see the display. But if you do that, you'll be able to zoom in right there on the mountain if a surprise peak pops up and you're trying to figure out which one it is. All right, hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching.